So this controller, within this controller we have two functions. One is index and another the same index with HTTP post, and nothing but we are creating two model. One is for our view model, another one is for our entity. We just fetch the data from the entity model and try to put it in our view model. That's all the concept here. We just created two models here. One in this query, where start states is object, we write one query from state in entity state name, where state dot country id f key equal country id value. What it means, if in the primary key column country id and the foreign key column country id, if match find in state table, we have to fetch the data, respective data, and store it in the list item, select list item as text and value. That's all. And the same concept also applied to cities. From city in the entity start city names, where city dot state id f key, foreign key equal to state id primary key, select city dot toList. toList is a built-in object. It will create the toList object. For each and every city object in cities, we add in view model, just select list item, bind the select list item with text and city id. That's all, return view model. This is the in the notepad description box you can find the notepad. Okay, you just copy and paste and then create this kind of controller and try to execute by build it. If any error find, without any error, then the controller will be created. So we must create view next. Okay, just add the view and create the by default it is index or name. You can select empty or otherwise list item. Here I created the empty view. Just create add. Now go to view, right click, and cascading view will be there. Cascading DLL folder will be there. Under index view will be there. Just we created the view, the final step. In this first line, add model, this is our project name and models or cascading model. This model is our created class file model, not entity framework model. In sometimes if we created built-in function, it will change. The next line, this is the nothing but if you put whatever may be here, it will appear in the head section of the page. Next one, this is a body using that HTML begin form. It is nothing but creating the form option in as usual HTML. Okay, HTML begin form, index is our method. In method name, cascading DLL is our controller name. So form method dot post means we are calling the post method. We are going to something input, give the input to the method. So we here created three drop down list using the razor syntax. You have to learn also razor syntax in MVC. We will learn it later. How HTML drop down list for M goes to m dot country id model countries. Please select, it is optional. New on change event. Next, HTML drop down list for m dot goes in the state id model states. So likewise we created three drop down list within the form method. In MVC you can create n number of forms. Apart from but in ASP.NET you can one form have one HTML page has only one form. Here you can create so many forms. Okay, here input type submit button, value equal to submit. Then the opening brace and close brace has one form open and one end. This is the one form end. After that, we just include the script src for jQuery. What do you mean jQuery? jQuery has so many functions. Here it just acts as some sophisticated options, like hide property or object in the form and script. Okay, the third step, final step, we are applying the jQuery. Create controller over. Now refer a jQuery and create view. We just created the view. Now we are moving to what's the purpose of the jQuery here. jQuery has major benefits, but here we use it to just disable and enable the drop-down list. How you can just go to the jQuery 1.min.js, download this jQuery and put it in script file and call this function here, script src. If you are directly run this project using internet connection, if your system has the internet connection, you can alternatively you can use the CDN link here. What is the CDN link? I will provide later. Directly the script will be called from internet here. Otherwise you have to download and call this jQuery here, top of the script. Script type text JavaScript, nothing but JavaScript. Okay, next function state ID option. This is called state ID drop down list. Okay, length greater than 1. When it is length greater than 1, we have just attribute disabled. Why? When the form load, the state drop down list as well as city drop down list will be disabled. This both first two methods, 2 lines of stanzas denotes for that disabled the drop down. Because if we click the country, then only their respective state, and after that only the respective city will be enabled. Until that, both drop down list will be disabled. Okay, now just check you are going to country ID has the value or state ID has value in a condition, and city ID has a value not equal to null. We have to create a just message. Instead of that, here you can directly save it anywhere. Just for the sake of convenience, I give return back to the message. Country, whatever the country you have to choose, whatever the state you have to choose, whatever the city, it will be displayed in a message box. That's why we create the script here. This is the jQuery. jQuery also, jQuery, Racer, entity framework, these kind of 3 things must be you have to read separately to create a MVC project successfully. Okay, now we are build again the page and go to we will take the output. Now I build, it will succeed. Directly give FI or click run using Google Chrome. It will give the output, desired output, cascading drop down list. If you are going to see the page, it will onload. The 2 combo box will be disabled, state and city, and 1 combo box drop down list of country will be enabled. If we click the country and the respective state will be displayed, we are going to test what the things are correct or not. Now the process is going on. It invoke Google Chrome browser by default. You can change it also, whatever the browser you have in your system, by clicking the drop down list of Firefox. Now it is running. For localhost, cascading DLL index is our method, cascading is controller. So if you older version, it will first localhost and port number till the port number will be displayed here in address bar. We have to type here whatever the controller and whatever the method using flash. But here in 2015 Visual Studio, whatever the page open in our development scenario, it will be automatically invoked as a current page, starting page. Okay, so they take the root as now the local host cascading DLL index will be is loading. Also we finally execute ninth step we are seeing. Okay, now this is working. India and USA, our country will be displayed here. Both drop down are disabled using jQuery. I selected India and Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh are displayed respective. Very fine. And selected Tamil Nadu and respective city names Chennai, Coimbatore, Madurai are displayed, and submit button if I press, all are displayed. Okay, likewise I am going to another check the USA on the states and city. If you are select USA and California as state, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco displayed. Very fine. So this is the cascading drop down list we found. If you have any queries, please WhatsApp me. I will try to explain. If you have any doubts regarding this concept, or if any other concept in ASP.NET MVC SQL Server, I am ready to help you. Thank you. Next, this kind of series we will very soon. We will in our next video we will see another one concept, and I will try to explain it. Thank you. Bye.